my fellow artists, and welcome back to Life Cues Week 24. Today's question is kind of a pretty one, I think. You see, as I mentioned last week, I am loving my dismantled book. So I'm going to be working just on the other side of my translation page. I got a comment from somebody, and Sylvia, and she was saying that Mars is in regression till June 11th, and it was from, I'm not sure if it's from May, but some point till June 11th, and during all that time, sometimes conversations you have will be misconfabulated. Just look it up online. It is the coolest, most interesting thing because it totally kind of gave an explanation, or at least an explanation you can hold on to when you feel like on this page you need an interpreter, you know? That was so cathartic to do that page. I really quite enjoyed doing that. So today we're going to switch it up completely. And my question for you is, what is your favorite flower? And I have so many favorite flowers. We have a really pretty flower garden. But right now when I go into the yard, the flowers that most have me going, oh, are the forget-me-nots. They are so pretty. They're so pretty. And then I was watching a program yesterday. I'm just going to use some, what spray is this one? It's the purple one. It's called Crushed Grape by Delusions, and I'm just going to spray it. I'm just going to get some paper towel so I don't make a big mess. But I was watching a program last night on PBS, and it was all about Prince Harry at 30. And, you know, the type of man he's become and all that kind of stuff at 30 years old. And so he has a group, or foundation, I guess it's called, and he has several, and he's quite a philanthropist and just does a lot of amazing things for charity. And one of the things he has, and it's in Africa, and it's called Sentabali, and it has to do with little children and African kids. And Sentabali means forget-me-not. And I was like, how pretty is that word? Love it. Love it. Gotta do an art journal page using the word Sentabali. Because I had just yesterday when I was out in the yard thinking, oh, the forget-me-nots look so beautiful right now. They're so pretty. And I taught a class yesterday, and I picked a bouquet of them, and they were in a lime green vase, and they looked beautiful because they are so delicate. And so all of those things, that's how I get my ideas. Oh, that's perfect. I wanted it to be soft blue and purple, and wow, that turned out just perfectly. And where the little Carlton card logo is, it'll just, I will just put something, there's going to be things over top on this page. So I'm going to just dry this, I'll be right back. So I added this blue, and I think it's called, I cannot see without my, oh, here's my glasses, yay. Well, that's what I thought it said, but it didn't make sense. Campu Teal. I thought, Campu, that doesn't sound right. And this one's London Blue, so I'm going to add that. It's hard to find the color of forget-me-nots. They are so kind of bluish, purplish, beautiful-ish, delicate, so delicate. So I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to add some of this white, and it's called White Linen. And just add that on there just to soften the color up a little bit. There. And then I will dab it again, and hopefully I won't lift up too much of the color. Ah, pretty, 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 pretty. I will dry again. I just realized I didn't have my lights all on, so I'm sorry if it was a little bit darker, but there's the color. Isn't that pretty, 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 pretty? Love it. So next I took some pictures. I took a picture of the flower vase that I had the forget-me-nots in, and then I went to the backyard and just took a picture of the actual meadow of forget-me-nots we have growing, and we have a little angel that sticks in there that says hope. So pretty. So I want to add these on my page as well, these photos. I'm going to cut those out right now. And, you know, it's always challenging when our stuff is so limited with space with the Christmas cards. But I still love using them. Every time I do these life cues, I think, you know, where would these Christmas cards have been? Probably shoved in a junk drawer. And then this year, Christmas would have rolled around and I would have thrown them in the garbage. So I left a tiny little bit of white margin around it so it'll pop off the page. And I think I might cut it off just a tiny bit. Just a little. Won't have a white margin, but that's all right. I'll just, or wait a minute before I do that. I'll just put it like about there. And then just cut that little edge off. And I'll push it right to the edge of where the book's going to join here. And glue that down. And then I've got this kind of, you know, these wax papery envelopes. And inside it, I have some forget-me-nots. Can you see them? And I want them to dry in there. So I have my Scentabelly inside of there. And I put an elastic band around the base of them. Look how beautiful. And the reason I don't want to just leave them out is because they fall, you can see inside of here, all of the little petals will eventually fall into the bottom of here. But for now, if I keep them guarded in here, they might be okay. We're just going to tuck those little flowers in there. And I only want 1/2 of this. I don't want the whole thing. So it's going to be kind of on the edge here, sort of ish. Do you know what I'm saying? So I will cut down here. I'll make my envelope I'll use that, smaller. Use the ATG gun to adhere it all together. And then I'm going to mount it right over on this side. So I will return once I'm done with that. So what I've done so far is I glued that one picture with the angel back there. I cut around the little vase and put that picture there. And I put my forget-me-nots inside of this little vellum envelope. And I don't know that I want to seal it. I don't think I do want to seal that, although it might become kind of a mess when they all dry out. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it so you can still peek and see the real forget-me-nots in there. No, you know what? I think I will close it. I'll just use the ATG gun and close it. For those of you, I always am saying ATG, and for those of you that may not know what that means, it's Advanced Tape Glider. And it's such an economical way if you're going to be doing a lot of crafting, paper crafting. You change the rules, and I buy mine at what is it? Delta Art Supply. It's the cheapest place to get the rolls of tape, and you can also buy it at Michael's. And you can buy the gliders at Michael's, and they come in different colors. And so that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying ATG. So so now I gotta let people know when they come in thousands of years to look at my page and say, what the heck is this? What did this human, what was she trying to tell us here? So I am going to make a label out of this cardstock right here. And I'm going to put it right across here. That wasn't a very good label, Monica. Try again. There we go. There. And I'm going to write on here, Forget-me-not, and then Scentabelly. Or I'll put Scentabelly first, and then Forget-me-not in brackets. I'm going to use a purpley pen, although the flowers are kind of blue. You can see they're bluish purple. I can't even... So I will print it's really Scentabelly. And it's an African word for forget-me-not, which I think it's just beautiful. I really do. It's amazing what inspires you to do an art journal page, you know? So I'm going to put that on there like so. Cintabali. And I will again use my ATG to glue it on there. And I'm going to make yet another label that says my favorite flower. I want to put a little bit to the left because I have this really pretty piece of ribbon here, and I just like to incorporate that down the side of there just because it's pretty. And then I'm going to put my favorite flower. I'll use a different label punch. I think I'll use this one. Whoa, sorry. Almost knocked you guys down. And some cardstock. And I will put it right that way. My favorite flower and the date. And today's date is, let's see, June 13th. So I will put I think I might be off camera. I'm so sorry about that. I'll do it here. Make sure you guys can see me. Yep. Favorite flower. And then June 13, 15. And I'm going to use the little tack marks around, you know, these things. Dashes, I guess they're called. Just for lack of any kind of other too many artistic elements on the page. And there we go. My favorite flower, and I'll put it on the pot. And then I should have done that on here too, just to keep everything in line, you know. I have a whole pile of these different colored Sharpies. Love them. I love, my favorite pen for journaling or anything is an ultra fine Sharpie. They are permanent, so if you added water or paint, they're not going to get all blurry and smeary. The only downfall to these is if you're writing on just plain paper, and like if you're journaling in an actual journal with paper and you write on the other side, it kind of not seeps through, but it's just so dark that you can't really write on the other side. But that's the only thing. But for art journaling and in journaling, writing your stuff on your art journaling, love, love, love them. My favorite flower, Cintabali. And then I'm going to take this pretty ribbon here and put it there. So here is my finished page. It was very simple to do, very easy, but I've got the real forget-me-nots in there under vellum and Cintabali forget-me-nots, and I noted what is my favorite flower, June 13th, 2015, and you can see them there. They're still sitting in the pot upstairs on my piano. There they are in the garden. So pretty, pretty. And one other thing I wanted to show you, just a moment. Garden journal, which I started in 2011, which is this whole journal. The only thing I added to this was this flower. I found this at the dollar store. Isn't this beautiful? And I have a garden journal, and I just sort of, there's my forget-me-nots there. And I took that white Signo gel pen and just wrote on top of a photograph, and it's amazing. Just things that forget-me-nots are the first blossoms of the season. There they are again, these beautiful forget-me-nots, and they were from a gift from my friend Judy. She gave me one little bouquet or whatever, one little plant, and it's spread all over, and it's a beautiful carpet of blue all over our backyard. I love that Turner calls them never forget me's. Isn't that so sweet? My little grandson calls them never forget me's. I just think it's so beautiful. And so yeah, and then I've just kept a diagram of our garden. And this was, and when they bloom, and the table that Richard built, and yeah, it's So it's kind of a fun thing to do. If you have a garden and a camera, all you gotta do is write down in your little journal all the different things that that you have growing in your garden. And I got that How Does Your Garden Grow? Somebody gave me this card. It was a greeting card. So those are my favorite flowers, forget-me-nots, even since 2011, or never forget-me's, as my grandson calls them. So thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye. This is kind of like a PS. I had to add Never Forget Me to 2011 when he called them Never Forget Me's. I should put an S there. Never Forget Me's. So cute. But I wanted that on the page too. So thanks again for watching. Bye.